All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got an Apple event tomorrow, but it's gonna be different, okay? I can tell you that much. This is not a similar Apple event we've gotten in the past. This is a new era for Apple where they are reorienting themselves much more heavily as a services company, and that's why I have to say, and I'm gonna say it again, and I'm probably gonna say it again, you should not expect hardware at this event at all. Details to follow, let's begin. I already can tell when I react to this event on Twitch tomorrow, there's gonna be so many of you that just can't stop talking about hardware you're expecting because it's an Apple event and that's supposed to be when we get everything we've been wishing for, right? Yeah, I can't wait for them to announce AirPower. I can't wait for them to announce the redesigned Face ID equipped bezel-less A12X rockin' iPod Touch. No, that's not happening. I can't wait for them to announce the product red 10S and 10S Max. And I also can't wait for them to announce the new ARM-based MacBook and the new 17-inch MacBook Pro that we've been hoping for, and the new modular Mac Pro. I was hoping for all that to come out, and the iMac Pro redesign. Everything I've ever wanted to come out from Apple will be coming out tomorrow because it's an Apple event, and that's what an Apple event means. No, you're all wrong. That will not be happening. Tomorrow is gonna be all about services. I'm not saying this is what I want. I'm not saying this is what makes me excited. I'm simply trying to lower everyone's expectations as much as possible because I've been reading a lot of rumors, reading a lot of reports, not to mention Apple's doing some weird stuff right now. What do I mean by weird? I mean weird by they went live 24 hours before the event started. They're still live right now, literally just streaming the showroom, the auditorium, and nothing's happening, no one's in there, and they're just live streaming it. It's there, you can watch it, and there's a screensaver. That's what's happening, and people are now freaking out about it. They're like, well, that's the Mac OS screensaver, which means that they're going to launch new MacBooks tomorrow, or the new modular Mac Pro. It's gonna be a Mac-based event. No, people, remember, this is a March event on top of all things. The last time we actually had a March event that was live streamed, that was back in 2016, and it lasted an hour. The first 20 minutes were just talking about the environment, and now knowing that this is primarily going to be a services event means that one, most of the event is probably going to be them talking about their new streaming service, their TV and movie streaming service, which is rumored to be bundled alongside HBO, Showtime, and Starz. A lot of bigger streaming services out there have not agreed to go in with Apple on it, but the latest rumor is suggesting that for $10 a month you'll be able to get HBO, Starz, and Showtime within one bundle, which is basically just a whole lot of content plus all of the work Apple's been putting into their original content. So what you should be expecting, not demos for new hardware to come out, but you should be expecting movie trailers and lots of other famous people from Hollywood taking the stage to talk about how important film and storytelling is. J.J. Abrams is supposed to be there, Reese Witherspoon is supposed to be there, and I'm sure a ton more people are going to show up that are just famous celebrities to talk about how they're excited to make content and to make great stories and great shows and great movies, all thanks to Apple's new innovative streaming service. Yay, this is gonna change the world. They're also gonna talk about their news and magazine subscription service, which several big news services have rumored to join up on, like Wall Street Journal, and you'll be able to have access to all of their paid subscriptions for Apple's one-price in-house subscription service, which likely would be $10 a month or perhaps lower. There's a hint of possibility that Apple will launch some type of gaming subscription service as well that could result in you paying a certain monthly fee, as usual $10 a month or something like that, and you'll be granted access to a bunch of games on the App Store that normally cost money that you will now be able to download for free, as many people are calling it the Netflix for gaming. And no, I don't think that means a Google Stadia clone where you stream all the games to your phone and you don't have to download them or install them. I imagine it's more of a thing of Apple partnering with app developers so that they can get more games that usually cost more than people are willing to pay onto more people's devices so that they can play and go like, oh, this game actually is really cool, and next month you'll be granted access to more games and something like that. Definitely expect some type of bundling program to be announced as well. Apple saying that, well, if you have Apple Music, the new movie and TV service is only an extra $5 a month. That way you save money when you buy them together, and you can bundle up all the different services Apple's going to be offering. And I'm sure that this event is not going to be a long one. It's probably going to last either an hour to 90 minutes. And I've said it before, and I'm saying again, do not expect hardware to be mentioned. I know in previous videos when I've talked about the March event, I've said I expect hardware to happen, but you know what? Things have changed because there's been not one, not two, but 3 website refreshes last week where we got 2 new iPads via website refresh. By the way, that's never happened. We got the whole iMac line refreshed, not physically, but internally, with new CPUs, new GPUs, even the iMac Pro got more expensive. And then the day after that, we got AirPower AirPods refreshed, which, by the way, Apple hasn't done anything with AirPods in 3 years. Ever since they launched them in 2016, they've stayed the same price. Their features really haven't changed that much. They haven't added anything to them or made them cheaper in any way. So it took 3 years for us to finally get that AirPods refresh. And I get it, you know? There's a bunch of stuff left on our checklist, like, where's the new iPod? Where's the Red 10S? Where's AirPower? And we're just thinking, they better announce it at this event because it's on our checklist of rumors, and since it's not been checked off yet, it must happen at this event. Like I said, Apple's doing weird stuff right now. They're completely unpredictable. Just because there's an event does not necessarily mean there's going to be hardware. And given we know so much about how this is going to be a services-centered event, I would say play it safe. Don't get your hopes up. There won't be any hardware at tomorrow's event. It will legit just be them talking about news and the importance of news coverage and journalism and how important that is and how Apple wants to help journalists across the world and help bring it to people reading the news around the world and how much they care about movies and TV shows and gaming. That's what this is going to be about. I don't expect it to be exciting. You know, like I said, I'll be reacting to this event over on my Twitch page, but I'm really not anticipating that wow moment that a lot of us get in Apple events where we go, whoa, that's awesome. I imagine we're just going to get a bunch of subscription services presented to us and we're going to be like, oh, that's kind of expensive. That's not really worth it. Don't expect the services also to be free to Apple users. You're completely missing the point. The whole idea of Apple launching services is for their revenue to be more monthly based and not so much based on when Apple products come out. So there was some rumor going around at one point that said if you have Apple products, the services will be free. Don't expect that at all. That's not what they're doing. That's not the game plan. That doesn't even make sense given Apple users essentially means like over 1 billion people across the globe. That's canceling out the majority of their audience. So no, it's not going to be free if you're an Apple user. There is a rumor that says it might be free if you have Apple Care, so that could incentivize more people to subscribe to Apple Care when they buy a new device. But regardless, expect it to probably be free for the first 3 months. And then yeah, whether you're an iPhone user, Android user, have a Roku TV or an Apple TV, they're going to cost something like 10 to 15 bucks a month, probably even more. And to those wondering where AirPower is going to show up, because we know we've been expecting it soon and there's been lots of stars aligning that suggest it's dropping soon. Again, Apple's being weird right now. They're doing some weird stuff, so it's possible that they may announce AirPower or a Red 10S after the Apple March event takes place, and they just want to talk about services here, and then the week after the services are announced, that's when they'll announce the new Red 10S or AirPower or new iPod Touch. Granted, last year, the product Red 8 Plus was launched in April, not March, and the AirPower leaks from Digitimes says you should expect it by late March, which is technically any time before April, so might end up being much later in the week or at some other point, maybe just at the beginning of April. Regardless, I cannot say it enough. Do not, I repeat, do not expect hardware at this event. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to in this event, if there's anything at all, down in the comments below. This is your Apple Sheep here. I'll see you in the next one.